Okay, there are several that fit that category. I think for the most part, again, at this school, like there's a lot of good professors who are willing to go above and beyond. And I think the number one thing that I can say is most useful is their demeanor. Are they friendly? Not necessarily in the sense of they want to be your friend, but in the sense of, do you feel comfortable going to them to talk? Because like I've had some professors in the past where it's been a little bit of a struggle to go and talk to them, and it's not because I haven't tried, it's just because I don't feel as welcome. And then there are other professors that I go to with any concerns or issues I might have, whether it's school related or not, because I know that they can provide the best advice for it, and I feel welcome to go talk to them about it.
I've definitely thought about this question a couple more times, and I'm like, again, it does come back to being passionate, enthusiasm, and having enthusiasm about your subject. I am somebody that can get very easily distracted, and so having somebody that's very interested about the subject really captivates me. It doesn't even have to be something that I'm traditionally excited about, but I definitely kind of feel that empathy, that connection. If you're excited about it, I want to be excited about it too. And they bring an energy, especially in the early morning classes, that can be difficult to attend. It's like, I don't really want to go, but my instructor loves it, and you respect the instructors so much that you go simply because you want to please them. Even if they don't even know you in your lecture hall of a couple hundred people, you want to please them because they're a great instructor and they're excited about what they teach. And that enthusiasm definitely transfers to the students. It makes me more excited to do the coursework and do a good job at it, whether or not I really appreciate the subject or not.
Equality would be understanding. Understanding is a student. And I know that's very challenging, especially when you have to go through many things throughout a semester. Having the time to sit and listen and understand what the student is trying to pose as problem, I found that very helpful. Patience too, because we all learn in different rates. Some people take a little longer than others, and being patient and explaining maybe it's the same problem over and over is something that's helpful.
So, again, I won't mention names, but there's a professor I have who's very much about the critical thinking behind the topic that we're studying, and so he'll show us like 2 or 3 different ways to do the same problem. It's very much trying to teach the core of it rather than the particulars necessarily, if that makes sense.
Just like clear expectations are. I haven't really talked too much about it, but for a class that feels impossible to a student, if the expectations of the professor are like spoken and even written, I think it's much easier to go forward like with tests and homeworks, because then you know really like what they expect, like output wise. So I have had some professors that don't tell you anything about a project and they're just like, go, and you're just like going around in circles trying to figure out what they want instead of figuring out how to do the project. And so expectations are always good for professors to speak and write down.
Right.
So,
and you were talking about changing it from professor-centered to student-centered.
Yeah.
So now your experience with teaching too, how do you feel like professors can make that switch?
To know, to sense they fail. Remember, if I have a topic, I want to teach you algebra, I want to teach you some small calculations. What I do generally is I teach you the lesson, what is done, the basic theories, and solve few problems and give you a bunch of problems to solve at home. So what if you switch that? I don't teach, I give you the basics for you to go and read. When you come, I solve a bunch of problems for you. So just switching what they do. Another thing, the professor can give away a survey, like the professor I'm talking about. He gave away a survey on, I don't know how you call them, like teaching style, like putting pictures. What do you observe?
Oh, like visual versus audio.
Visual versus this. He did that at the beginning of the class. A lot. We did a lot of that. A lot of online quizzes to see where we stand on. So we could see like where the class is, and then he verified it the first few weeks. Like does these people get this or that? So having the sense of that, he knows what his class is made of
Yeah.
within
yeah.
the first 3 weeks.
Right,
So
right.
and then he adapts his teaching.
I have a lot of favorite professors. So I think the two best qualities is they're compassionate and then they're also hardworking. And so some of the worst professors are the ones that just come into class like right when students get there. They're not really prepared. They don't really understand everything they're going over. They stumble over the words. Like, I understand mistakes, but you can tell, like, students can tell when a professor is not putting in all that work. But the best professors are the ones that like have office hours, and they're actually like doing things in their office hours, and also with the hardworking, when professors have had actually real world experience and they bring it into class, that is amazing, because you can see, as I said before, how they tie it into why this really matters, and they actually like, this is what I worked on at my old job, and now I'm going to show you like how this goes through.